Welcome to Behind the Scenes of my new brand, Daringly Different Part 1, where I want to share with you the thought process and golden nuggets that this whole rebranding journey has brought up. And I'm so excited that my new brand is ready to be released and rock the world. Such a journey. Let me just check if we are live. I think we are live. Okay, it's all good. So it took me 11 years of personal development. I don't know how many trainings and coachings, masterminds around the globe, and some really deep reflections to unleash my real, true core essence. We all are on a journey of evolution and growth that never ends. And as we evolve and grow as business owners and humans, our personal brand needs to grow with us. It's a constant process of repositioning, rebranding, and fine-tuning. And it's not just me. All the women who come to me feeling like their current brand feels confusing and out of touch with who they have become. They want something more elevated, sophisticated, elegant, something that shows their real essence. So, how do you figure out what makes you stand out? By using the power of the subconscious mind. It's time to embody your brand verbally, visually, energetically, because it's all about energy. Learning how to create a brand your way is what makes you magnetic, which is what ultimately paves the way to those next level opportunities. So, what can you do? It's a constant process of checking in and asking yourself questions like, does my business still light me up? Are my clients still the clients I want to work with? Like, really want to work with? Are my offers still something I am proud of and excited to share? Which hidden talent did I never showcase? Do I communicate my standards and boundaries in a way that I attract the right people? Is my mission still my mission? What else is there for me? How can my higher self be presented and expressed authentically my personal brand? Not just my current self, but also my future self, the one I'm growing into. I have been asking myself lots of these questions this year, and I felt I had outgrown my old brand. As some of you have might noticed, I had a really tough year last year and I had to take myself out of business for some time due to private reasons. So I had a lot of time to sit with myself and with all of my feelings and my thoughts. And I started questioning a couple of things and I went deep into myself finally to listen to my intuition. And I found that Branded by Results, my own brand, was the right fit for me for the last year. However, I have added so much things to my work, feminine energetics, leadership, and I followed my heart also to work with heart-centered female entrepreneurs only. So I knew it had to change. It didn't feel aligned to me anymore. It was too left-brained. It didn't light me up. It kind of missed something. And words have vibrational energy. And the moment you speak out a word loud, you speak it out, you feel it or you don't. And Branded by Results, I don't feel it anymore. It's more, but not And I wanted, ah. So during this whole process of repositioning and rebranding, I had this idea. Because as a 2-4 generator, I don't see my own gift so well. You don't have to be in human design. I'm just saying that in case you know a little bit and you might be a 2-4 generator as well. The thing is, with us, we don't see our own gifts. So the things that come natural to me are my conventional, normal things that I don't perceive as special. It's just what I do every day, and I don't think about it. And many of my clients have that issue as well. They don't see what comes natural to them. So in my case, what I did is I asked all of my clients what they thought my number one skill or talent was. This one thing that makes me different and unique. I kind of had a feeling and a thought of what it could be, but perception is reality and we can build a brand based on assumptions, right? So then I asked my trainer colleagues, my business partners, my close friends who are in business as well, And by the way, this is a great exercise for you to do as well. Don't assume what makes you unique. I'm sure there is so much more to discover and you have no idea. So why not ask your clients and the people who know you well and see what is coming up for you? So that's what I did. I asked all the people and they all said the same. Alexandra, the way you do things is so different. The way you dress is different. You break rules all the time, but in a charming way. You empower people to stand out and embrace their uniqueness. You go first. You show up with confidence. You show women how to embrace their femininity in business and how to show up and sell in an authentic way. And you find the hidden treasures in people and you show them how they can use it to follow their mission and so on and so on. So the word that always came up was different. And then I realized, they were right. I have always been different, rebellious, bold, but not of the sacred purpose of being different, but because I wanted to do it my way. Always, everything. And what for others seemed to be different was always been my normal. That's why I couldn't see it. Even when I got in trouble as a teenager. When I had an opinion or when I stood for something, I went for it. And I got into a lot of trouble because fitting in was never my thing. And I loved to stand out. Even as a child, I insisted in choosing what to wear when I was 2 years old. And I was always the most colorful dressed kid in class. It didn't necessarily go together, but I wanted to express myself this way and I loved it. So in branding, it's all about differentiation, to stand out from the masses, to showcase what makes you unique, to be bold and proud about what makes you unique. And that's what I do. That's who I am. And what my clients become when they are in my world. And that's when Daringly Different was born. It's not only what I do, it's who I am. And this is a light bulb moment, by the way. I mean, honestly, have you ever thought of having a brand tagline or brand name that represents who you are versus just what you do? Maybe it combines both, like Daringly Different. It's me and it's what I do for my clients. I really want you to share in the comments because I'm so curious to know. And by the way, the expression Daringly Different, which is the shorter form of dare to be different, didn't come up that easy. It's not that I woke up one day and ta-da, there it was. No. During this process of rebranding, I started with 30 cool taglines. I think it was even more. It was like 2 pages. And I loved every single one of them, which didn't make it easier for me. But this can happen when you're super creative. And when you have a hard time deciding, it doesn't make it easier neither. But I did it. I managed to narrow them down. So when there was only 2 left, I made a survey with my clients and the result was 50-50. So one tagline described what I do in 3 words, a more left brain results-based approach. And the other one described who I am and what I inspire my clients to do and become. Both would have been great. It was 50-50. There was no right or wrong. So I felt inside of me what resonated more with my inner being and not with what my mind was telling me. Like one voice was like, take the results-based tagline. It's more professional. And the other voice said, no, you just dumped the results-based tagline because it didn't feel aligned. Choose the one that lights you up. So the voices in my head were going nuts. And I had to choose between my mind and my gut. And I decided to go with my gut. And that feels so good. And just like that, Daringly Different was born. However, I'm obsessed. No, this comes later. My new brand also needed a visual design upgrade that represented my personality, values, and brand essence. As you know, I'm also a stylist and an image consultant, and packaging is a huge part of marketing because it's what makes you sell your product or service and packaging yourself. Simone says, I'm a gut getter. Yes, today, but I have been in my head for so many years. It's incredible. I was the overthinker of the overthinkers. And so packaging yourself is important. And people who know me also know that I'm obsessed with aesthetics and beauty. Beauty is one of my core values, so I can't ignore that. So I decided no more fiber, Hello luxury, such a different vibe. Again, this is an energetic thing. So I hired an amazing creative graphic designer and a website agency who work with female entrepreneurs, and they immediately got what I wanted. And today it's like I feel the energy every time I create a graphic in Canva or just write or say the words daringly different. This feels so good. And that's because it's 100% embodied. And that is so important because this is what makes your brand go from average to magnetic. Oh, one more thing. You may have noticed on my banners on Facebook, on the private and the business page, that I kind of have two logos. That I have the Alexandra Stark Daringly Different on my personal page, and I have the Daringly Different by Alexandra Stark for my business page and my community. Both in different versions of my branding colors to fit the colored backgrounds, because I never use white backgrounds for anything. It's too boring for me. So I have several options within my branding range. What can I say? Daringly Different is not mainstream. So this was part one of behind the scenes of Daringly Different, and I didn't want it to make it too long. So tomorrow at the same time, I'm going to take you with me on my thought process of the new logo, on the visual design. And I'm sharing with you if it makes sense for you to pick a symbol or just your name as a signature logo, if this was a better fit for you. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment, ask me questions, or even better, share your tagline or brand name in the comments with a short description what it means to you. I hope you tune in tomorrow evening. Have an amazing day and be daringly different.